you to listen instead of being careful. You are to determine whether the defendant is guilty. You are to determine whether the defendant is guilty or not guilty, and your fate rests in your hands. District Attorney may now proceed.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, on the 16th of January, near midnight, when the lights of Broadway blazed in electric dawn over the gates of below, the body of a man came hurtling through space and time, a disfigured mess at the foot of the Faulkner building. That body had been Sweden's great financier, beyond thought. For instance, had his skull been broken before the fall, would you be able to tell it by examining the body?
No. Owing to the condition of the body, it would be impossible to tell.
That is all, Doctor.
Did you find any traces of any such earlier wound in your examination of the body, Dr. Sutton?
No, I did not.
Did you find any indication that death might be caused by anything other than this fall?
No, I did not.
That's all. John Hutchins.
John Hutchins?
They're sort of slender, both of them. One had light eyes, as I remember. The other one, I couldn't see his face at all, on account of his hat being obtruded over his eyes. He must have had a bit too much, ma'am. Maybe no disrespect.
Just what do you mean?
Well, he was a bit tight, ma'am, about his something and he hurried out. He got into a car, parked right to the entrance, and didn't step on it. But he couldn't have gone far. The cops must have got him.
What makes you think that?
Well, I noticed a car that started right after him.
What car? The defendant, please, keep quiet. If Miss Andre will let me do the questioning, I may satisfy your curiosity. I was just going to ask, what car, Mr. Hutchins?
It was a big black sedan, ma'am. It was parked 2 cars away from him.
Who was in it?
I saw only one man.
What makes you think he was after the first car?
But I couldn't be sure he was, ma'am. It just seemed funny they started together like that.
Did you see the other guest of Miss Andre's meeting?
Yes, ma'am. It was a
Alone. Special notation. Unusual speed all the way to New York.
Where is Mr. Faulkner going?
He drives up to the Faulkner building and goes in. It is now 7:57 p.m. All offices closed. I wait outside my car. 9:35 p.m. Mr. Faulkner comes out with Miss Andre. Miss Andre is dressed formally. Special notation. Miss Andre is wearing a corsage of orchids of unusual proportions. They drive away.
Where did they go?
No one is blocked that. No. First time I ever saw them.
What did you do when they left?
I wait. Mr. Faulkner is now alone up in the penthouse with Miss Andre. I'm curious, professionally. Decide to do some closer investigating. I have a special observation post. I used it before.
And where is that?
Sky Club, nightclub, Brooks building, 3 doors to the Faulkner. There's an open gallery there, off the dance floor. You go out and you can see the Faulkner penthouse clear at the palm of your hand. I go out, I look, and I yell.
What did you see?
No light. Karen Andre's white gown shimmering in the moonlight. She is hoisting a man's body up on the parapet. A man in evening clothes. Faulkner.
Quiet!
He's unconscious. No resistance. She pushes him with all her strength. He goes over the parapet to watch every action of Mr. Faulkner and reports in detail.
Any special attention to Miss Andre?
Not specified.
Had Mr. Faulkner been calling on Miss Andre after his marriage?
Yes, frequently.
In the daytime?
Seldom.
Did you report that to Mrs. Faulkner?
I did.
What were her reactions to these reports?
Mrs. Faulkner is a lady, and as such, she has no reaction. I don't believe so. Mr. Faulkner was the most devoted of husbands, and he loved his wife dearly.
Just how do you know that?
Those are Mrs. Faulkner's own words.
Now, Mr. Hutchins, can you tell us exactly what time you started the Sky Club nightclub on the evening of January 16th?
Cross my heart, ma'am. She started laughing. I thought she'd went crazy.
Then what did you do?
We ordered her head for questioning. We took her up with us in the elevator to examine the penthouse. What a joint.
Did you find anything unusual?
Unusual? Yes.
She's sleeping with Mr. Faulkner. It isn't a good thing when man gets lying beneath his bed and his desk. And she put her claws reached out to give a real wrong, not to ourselves. I made him realize his past mistakes.
Of his own choice.
Miss Flint, there are two kinds of women in this world, and my kind is never jealous of the other. And I thought they would not attack a man who was constantly watched.
So all Mr. Van Fleet had to do was watch Mr. Faulkner.
Yes, we both know which one.
If Your Honor please, the prosecution has one more witness to introduce. Mr. John Bradford.
We never disagreed with him. We never lost our temper in the quarter.
Miss Stevens, I never lose my temper.
If my memory serves me right, there was some kind of trouble at the time to make that stupendous needed no justification for his actions. He was the justification. The man who said that laws were made for the fun of breaking them. If you remember that, you will understand your instruction in your new duties.
Yes, Mr. Richard, come to office many times. Mr. Telephone home in Long Island. But Butler said he not go.
I told him I was quitting. He looked at me and didn't say a word. Then, suddenly, he asked me if I had ever belonged to a man. I said no, I hadn't. Then,
It's useless. Beyond Faulkner is dead.
Warren be issued for breaking arrest, as he's obviously a hopeless in small America.
Bjorn never learned to operate a plane. And really,
I must confess, Miss Andre, that there's not much left for me to do. You've done all my work yourself. Now, tell us, in friendship with the notorious gangster, you helped in a $25 million fortune. You told us all this proudly, flaunting in defiance of all teachers to pay protection to a certain gangster. His magnificent country house in Westchester was destroyed by an explosion just after the guests left, barely missing a wholesale slaughter. What was that, Mr. Reagan? A coincidence?
A remarkable coincidence, Miss Flint. Just after the guests left.
Did you read that when Mr. Van Dorn refused to go
We
to
object, Your Honor. Such questions are irrelevant.
Objection sustained. So, you had no ill feeling toward Faulkner for the failure of your business with him?
No.
Now, of a woman. But much more than one woman is here on trial. So before you pronounce your verdict on Captain Andre, think of your verdict.
It's as close as possible to an ensemble play that we can get. I have lots of people to thank. My backstage crew. Illegally, I can't please for not introducing you very beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to thank our chief guest of today, Dr. Udra Vidyasagar. Thank you. All laureates of the class of 63 who are here to celebrate their 50th class of the year. Has specialized in community medicine and has been teaching for many years. She runs a not-for-profit organization in Bangalore. She has been the secretary of the OLA committee and currently she is the member of the HRD committee of the school. Ma'am, thank you very much and other honored guests for being here. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Gymnastics is a sport involving performance of exercises requiring physical strength, flexibility, power, agility, coordination and balance. So sit back and enjoy. Alicia.
하나, 둘, 셋, 안 맞고 지르기. 하나, 둘, 셋.
That was a breathtaking performance by the Golden Boys. Oh my stop, collaborate and listen. I sit back with my brain, she's open. Grabs a hold of me tightly, flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. We never stop, yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I glow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like I've been through a lot of stage. You watch the choke like a kid. Yeah, when I play don't melody, anything less than the best is a melody. Love it or leave it, you gotta be. You gotta be the live on my money, so any number.